All right, so the quadruple witching day is today, and we're going to be talking about what I expect to see happening today. Now, here's the thing: I'm recording this actually on Wednesday, and the quadruple witching day hasn't really even happened yet, technically, as I'm recording this, but I'm recording this ahead of time. You might notice that I'm not in a suit. I'm actually pretty dressed down for this video. I have a couple of guests coming, so allowing them to use the room that I usually record in and do my work in. But let's talk a little bit about what's going on as far as gold and silver are concerned with the quadruple witching day. Because as I'm looking at charts right now, specifically right now, I'm looking at silver, and silver is looking pretty weak as far as momentum is concerned with the MACD, and even technically a bit with the RSI. And right now, over the past few days, we saw silver rise a bit, and then now it's been falling. You could even say over the course of the last several days, it looks like we've been kind of building up a head and shoulders pattern. And once the quadruple witching day happens, the results of a head and shoulders pattern usually or may actually play out. And I'm thinking that may actually happen. As we're seeing, the MACD looks pretty weak. It looks like we're going to head into red territory as far as the histogram is concerned for silver. I'm looking at gold next. Gold also is looking pretty weak just in general. It's already in the red territory and definitely below fair value for the RSI. Now, if we take a look at the going back to silver, the Bollinger Bands for silver, it's actually just under the EMA exponential moving average, and to me, I would rather see it above it, but right now it's not. So I think we have some room to descend. Now, as far as the Bollinger Bands are concerned, as of Wednesday, the bottom band is right around the $23.10 level. And right above it, you have the 61.8 retracement level for the Fibonacci's. And that's around $23.32. I think that we could fall and maybe hit $23.32, given the fact that the Bollinger Bands may actually rise a bit. So we may not get as low as where I'm stating the lower Bollinger Band is today. We may actually get a little bit higher than that, but it's still likely that we might fall and have some weakness there in silver. For gold, let's talk about the same thing. Gold, we have the Bollinger Bands touching what is this actually? This is the 50 percent level, and the lower band is touching the 50% level, and that's roughly around the mid 1770s. And for many of you who have been in the gold space for some time, you know that we've been seeing gold traipse along that range for quite some time, or off and on. So that's a level that is a level of support that gold tends to hit pretty frequently. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see gold fall to that level as far as weakness when we get the quadruple witching day. Now, as far as the long term is concerned, obviously I've talked about how silver and gold, and just generally in financial assets, September is a pretty weak month for financial assets. However, you may have heard of something called the October effect in financial markets, where essentially October takes a bad rap for a lot of the issues that kind of develop in September. For example, we have historical dates, and I'm going to run through the list of them right now, where crashes happened in October, but a lot of things start to give way in September. And for example, you have the bank panic of 1907. You have the stock market crash of 1929. These are all events that happened in October. Black Monday, 1987. And also you have, let's see, Black Wednesday happened in 1992. You have the original quote unquote Black Day, which happened on September 24th, 1869. But people take a look at that as far as adopting that to October. And back in September of 2001 and 2008, we had different levels of weakness. But basically, a lot of people say, well, we have these October effects, but they really start to, unleash in September. So is there a possibility of that happening this year in October? The thing is, no one has a crystal ball. No one knows exactly what's going to happen in October of this year. But what I will say is that October also has some level of weakness historically as well. So just keep that in mind as we leave September and head into October. You may think that, we've got out of September, gold and silver should be fine in October. Not necessarily. I actually think that as far as looking ahead, we might not start to see some positivity in prices until November. So that's just my view. That's just how I'm kind of looking at things and just prepping myself. But things may change. So let me know what you think about October, the October effect, September, and just generally, we have the quadruple witching day happening today when I release this video. And let me know what you think about the weakness that will probabilistically hit financial assets today, including gold and silver. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Thanks again.